Today I thought about what life looks like and feels like when you don't have options. Today I worked from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. I mentioned before that I went from being a stay at home mom to working shortly after my son was born because I needed to get a job. Previously, my work experience has been in the creative space as a playwright, TV writer, independent producer, all those things. And so when that area of my life was not working out, I said, okay, I just need to get a job. Was blessed to get one contract job after my son was born, which led to my second contract job. And I've been pretty much with the same company for the last, I guess, 2+ years now. And again, I'm grateful to have a job because I know what that feels like not having a job and needing a job. But today reminded me of, again, not having enough options, not having other, I guess, things that I can do, other things that I'm already invested in, other avenues, other lanes, and having my job be my only source of income, which is actually very dangerous in this day and time. However, I'm just trying to figure out, what is the next step because I need to take Friday off. My daughter's birthday is coming up, and so we're gonna go away for the weekend. And I'm not bringing my work computer. I don't want to work while I'm there. I want to get there and be able to relax and be able to have the time with her be enjoyable and have her be able to enjoy her stay versus saying, okay, no, we have to stay in the room until this this time because I have to work, which I've done before, unfortunately. It's like being a hostage. You can't leave the room until I'm off of work. And as I mentioned before, my husband has health issues, so it's like she's waiting on me, and that's an everyday thing. So today, again, like I said, I worked from 5 a.m. to 4 because I was trying to make up time for me not being there on Friday. I need to work 40 hours a week per my contract. If I don't work the 40 hours a week, of course, I can forfeit it. If you do it consistently, obviously it'll be the problem. But ideally, you can make up the hours. So you can have your 40-hour week. And even more than ideally, I need my 40-hour pay week because I get paid by the hour because I'm a contract worker. And so as I was sitting there this morning, first I was thinking about, I'm not even going to make up the time because I made up time numerous times. And as school's getting ready to start back up, I know I'm going to have to take off time again and then make up time. So it's like getting up early just to be at work basically all day because you're making up time for time you're going to be gone. So I was going back and forth in my mind about whether or not I was even going to make up the time because I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't care about this hourly pay. Like, I went through all the things in my head. Is this worth my time? Which I say that to myself a lot of time. Did Jesus die for this? No, he did not die for this. He did not die for me to be worrying about hourly pay, to be worried about missing rather hourly pay, or worried about making a 40-hour work week. He did not die for that. And so I was just in my mind, thinking about, okay, am I going to make up the time? I literally did not decide I was going to make up the time until I was getting ready to log off. And then I said to my manager, I have something coming up Friday. I'm going to stay later. And then in my mind, it's like, okay, I'm going to do 1 hour extra. And then as the hour went by, I was like, I really don't want to have to come in every single day this week late. Let me just do the bulk of the time today. So that's what I did. I just stayed there and I suffered. And as soon as that was over, I had to get my kids dressed. My daughter had a back to school event tonight. I guess it was like around 5:30 or so outside. So it was hot out there. But I had to rush off to go to that. And so now I'm exhausted. I've been exhausted because I've been up early. Again, don't get enough sleep. And then tomorrow, again, I have to make up time to make my 8-hour day for Friday. And I've tried before looking into franchises and other things. I looked at the Kumon franchise and I had to really sit with myself and think about, okay, yes, this gives me freedom in a sense to get me out of something I don't want to do, but I don't want to do that either. So it doesn't really give me freedom. It gives me freedom to do more so what I want to do in terms of my hours, my time, But it doesn't give me the freedom to say, oh, yes, I would enjoy doing this. I looked into sandlots, which I guess is a big thing now. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I can do this. And I actually applied for that franchise, never heard back from them. And I also met with the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center, and we were talking about the idea. They don't know how profitable it would be. The coach that I spoke to, he was more or less like he wasn't like, thrilled about the idea. We're supposed to be running the numbers and all that stuff. And he's like, why don't you think about it? Because I come to him with different things. And I've gone to him with another idea that I had, which was a good idea. That was me starting something from the ground up, which mind you, I pitched it to someone else and they stole my idea. But that's a conversation for a whole another day. Um, so yeah, I've gone back and forth with Small Business Development Center and just looking up other franchises and maybe other things that I could do. Like a couple years ago, I looked into the Chick-fil-A franchise. And I was like, do I want to deal with chicken? No, I don't. Which, I'm just doing it, trying to find other ways and trying to find multiple streams of income so that I'm not relying on this one thing. So if I decide, Friday, I'm not going to come in. I'm going to spend the day. I'm going to relax my mind. I'm going to relax my mind. Let my daughter go out. Let us have fun together. She's going to be turning 7 in less than 2 weeks. And I said, I would love to have that option to say, I'm not going to come in today. But I don't have that option. And I don't know about how your life is set up, but I wonder if you have that option. I would love to hear about your story, what you're doing right now. What other ways are you finding to build options for yourself? Because I'm working things out in my mind. I'm working things out on paper as well. Because today was another wake up call for me that I need more options. I need not more, I need several options because having one option is not good. It's exhausting. I'm exhausted and I need to go get ready to go get my kids in the tub and get ready for tomorrow. But it's already late and I know at this point I'm not going to be in bed till 11 and I got to be up by 4:30. And it's the same cycle over and over and over again every single day. And I'm just trying to buy back some time, buy back a little peace, and get myself some options. So let me know what it is that you're doing for options, for freedom, for peace of mind. Anything you're doing to, I guess, level yourself up, to level up your finances, let me know. I would love to hear about it.